Welcome to 0 to 60 or not. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. This is the Believe Network. I'm Matt McChesney. Your show is brought to you by Bet Online. It's your number one source for NFL Finals and Stanley Cup Finals news this season. Every stat, every matchup, and every live odd and spread of the game that are being played are there. Go to check it out at Bet Online. They do a great job of supporting the show. When the game's over, head on over to the online store and casino, and you can play blackjack and poker and many other things. Maybe throw a little money down, win a little money there. Make sure you head to the website today. Use the promo code BLEAV. That's BLEAV for 50% off your welcome bonus on your deposit. You put in 100, they'll match you 50. Bet Online is where the game starts, and they're our title sponsor. Thanks a lot for everybody coming on the show today. Kyle Turley is going to join us here today to talk about the NFL and the hypocrisy and how big guys die so young and a variety of other things. So it's great to have him on the show. Remember, we're on Twitch sometimes, and we're on YouTube all the time. And, we appreciate all the support there. Super chats and subs are open. If you want to fucking contribute, if you don't. I don't really give a shit. So today's show is going to be what it is. I'm not happy about Larry Allen passing away. It's terrible. We're going to talk about the hypocrisy of the NFL, how worthless this piece of shit is. This fucking pension that I broke my back for, worthless piece of shit. That's what the NFL provides. So, we'll talk about that with Kyle Turley and a variety of other things. He'll jump on here in about 5 minutes or so. When he jumps on, we'll get him on. Everything's brought to you by our good friends at Factor. I don't think anybody's bought a Factor package yet, but whatever. Go use the promo code Factor SE, whatever it is, 48328, and you'll get 50% off your first box. Wellness shots for life. Use the link Factor SE 48328 over on Twitch. So Larry Allen dies at 52 on vacation with his family in Mexico. Pretty terrible. Pretty tore up about it. I mean, that's 10 years down the road for me. Being a big guy, carrying around plus 300 pounds, it's not like life is awesome. So it's hard to lose the weight when you've been carrying it for as long as guys that have played have. It's hard. It's a tough deal. So it's hard to work out when you feel like shit all the time. You can't go for a run. You can't walk up and down the fucking stairs. I got a 5-level fusion in my back. It's not like I can do a lot with that. So, at this point, it's just a ticking time bomb, and I don't really give a fuck either. So it's what it is. You come to the realization as you get older that, it's just a matter of time. And to be honest with you, at certain points, it would be a motherfucking relief. So we'll talk to Kyle Turley about all this when he comes on and, dive further into this goddamn conundrum. I saw Willie Anderson, who should be in the Hall of Fame, a great Cincinnati Bengal tackle, came out on Twitter last night. Great app, by the way. Love all the support on Twitter, all you fucking jerk-offs. And, talked about how the NFL should really get involved and do some studies into heart failure, congestive heart failure and kidney failure with the big dudes. It's all players, but the big guys, honestly, it's a huge problem. I'm sure that's what happened to Larry. You can only take so many Toradol shots before your liver gives out. But again, it's all ticking time bombs. So when you play this game, you understand what it is. Unfortunately, I gave up on feeling good a long time ago. I don't really give a shit. Writhing in pain every night and trying to fucking sleep and all this other shit is just what goes with it. And I'm sending my kid right down the same path. So this is awesome. This is going to be fucking great. Anybody that saw the show this morning over on Coach JB's show, everybody that really likes him a whole lot too, all you super positive people on fucking Twitter. We told the Larry Allen Rhino story. I'm not telling it again on the show today. It's what it is. Go watch the show with JB if you want to watch it. Mike Bundy, we appreciate it. Appreciate the donation. Coach Stokes, we appreciate the donation. Coach Stokes' wristband idea, by the way, is fucking fire. Like, I can't wait to use them at the football camp that Coach Sanford and I are doing out here in June. So the Savage and Sanford football camp and developmental camp is going to be pretty awesome. We're having Mike on tomorrow. He's actually stopping by today, and we're going to put out some content, but he'll be on tomorrow to talk about the camp, what we're doing, and try and calm down some of these lunatic Colorado fans that are all over social media. All right, so today we've got a very special guest, a good friend of mine, in Kyle Turley, who's a fantastic NFL veteran, played forever, and has been through the rigors post-career and is a leader in the community, both in the cannabis community on trying to get guys off of prescription medications and all the stuff that they feed you in the NFL. And just a guy who's helped me out in my life a ton, a good friend and a guy who can try and shed some light on Larry Allen and the situation here. Mr. Kyle Turley joins us here on the show on 0 to 60. KT, what's up, brother? How the hell are you? You look good, man.
Hey, I'm good, brother. I'm doing well, man. I'm stuck here in beautiful Birmingham, Alabama for travel baseball week.
Oh man, Birmingham. I spent some time in Birmingham when I had an ankle reconstruction, and what's the name of that famous Dr. Andrews did it for me back in the day. So Dr. Andrews ever put his hands on you?
No, I never got down to him. He was the shoulder guy, right?
Yeah, shoulders and ankles.
And ankles. You know what? I probably should have came and seen him for my ankle, but I had a real good guy back in Nashville on that took care of that. I had plate and 10 screws put in my right ankle, full reconstruction. And I was considering coming down here, but I had a great guy in Nashville that was recommended by him, actually. So stuck with that guy, and it was I could dunk a basketball still.
Fantastic. So Kyle Turley joins us here on 0 to 60 today. And look, it's a sad day, bro. And when you see the news of the great Larry Allen passing, I love Larry, man. Larry's just an absolute stud. And just a great player and a great dude, and always had a smile on his face and always a big hug. To die at 52, in front of his family on vacation in Mexico is just terrible. I mean, just talk about it a little bit and give me your opinion on the matter, and then we'll dive into maybe some of the things that can change down the road. So with this, I mean, it's not going to stop happening. Everybody's got to go, but just to elongate the life of some of us a little bit more.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a lot of things that I talk about, and the availability of understanding your health as it pertains to cannabis, because it speaks to so many other things. We can take this plant out of the whole conversation. The number one regulatory system in the human body is the endogenous cannabinoid system, and unfortunately, the medical community continues to prescribe these medications that should never be prescribed to certain individuals, but as far as I'm concerned, period, to anybody. These are poisons. They've proven to kill millions of people. Any other industry would have been shut down by now. And that's likely the case. He's I don't want to speculate because they don't give the information. I'm sure he's going to come out.
Right.
And the NFL is going to get with the media, and they're going to say he slipped and fell and hit his head just like Kevin Green and Frank Wycheck. That's the new death. That's the new death cause, right? For us is slipping and hitting our heads, and they're not going to account for the likely painkiller, sleep, aid, muscle relaxer, things like that. That Larry might have taken. I don't know. Thinking about being on a vacation, and then you mix that alcohol in with those things, and it only takes the prescribed dosage to kill over 150 Americans a day that don't understand that these are lethal, concoctions.
So, KT, look, man, it's something I struggled with. I know you struggled with it. I'm not saying Larry was struggling with it at all, but no one knows. But dying at 52, it's either sleep apnea or heart attack or that.
Yeah,
look, the NFL has stopped testing for marijuana, and it's becoming more socially acceptable everywhere. How long do you think before the NFL is backing marijuana and pushing it to the players as a a substance that can help with so many different things rather than just the 15 different pills they want to give you in order to get you through.
Well, again, it's not about marijuana. I mean, it's about
It's about cannabis, THC.
Or even cannabis. It's about them advancing what is being discovered in this, and that the number one regulatory system in the human body is the endogenous cannabinoid system. This belongs in our bodies. This is something that everybody needs to understand. This should be the first conversation you have with your doctor is, how is it your balance of your cannabinoid system doing today? Not your temperature, not your blood pressure, not any of these factors. I haven't taken one pharmaceutical in over 10 years, going on 12 maybe now. It goes by so fast with these kids. And, the ability that I have to function is, beyond what I could have possibly imagined when it came to where my health was going as a former NFL football player. And so when you're, talking about these things, again, this is exposing so much more. I explained this to the NFL. So many other people have as well. And they told me, as they said, that we know it's just going to take some time, Kyle. And, we don't have that time. Larry didn't have that time, obviously. And he should still be here just like everybody else, from all the issues that we deal with, from the mental health stuff to the actual physical health. There is no better, thing to understand about your health and your way your body works, and to understand the need for cannabinoids in your system, and the more importantly, the need that you need to not have to take any of those other pharmaceuticals. Okay. I don't take painkillers. I don't take muscle relaxers, sleep aids, anti-inflammatories, aspirin, ibuprofen. My wife, I'm so upset like sometimes because like even my wife still plays into this, and she knows better, but it's like this thing. And then, I'm in my hotel, I'm looking through my kid's bag for a toothbrush because I forgot mine. And I've got a bottle of ibuprofen I pull out. You take too many of those, you die. And if you take just even a few and mix it with alcohol, you die. You don't wake up. These things are real. And so the need that I don't have anymore to, need these pills is what people need to understand. We don't need any of them. Not one. And Larry likely did as many Toradol shots as you and I did to get out on that.
Yeah.
And the era of football that he played in, again, you and I played in the same under the same rules and everything, and training camps and 2-a-days and all these other things. I mean, that's why the life expectancy of an NFL lineman is only 55. That's right.
So okay, you brought it up, and that's where I was going anyway, and it's not surprising. Life expectancy is 55. You can't really pull your pension out until you can pull it out at 45, but it's so minimal, it's not even worth it. 55 is the sweet spot. Do you think it's a coincidence that they made the life expectancy at 55? I mean, they still have to give the money out to your beneficiaries, obviously, but
at a deficit.
At a deficit for sure.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
When do you think that, like, I'm fully vested, obviously you are, the NFL, the pension program, the inability to get your benefits, how hard they fight you on neurocog, how hard they fight you on total and permanent, how hard they fight you on everything. Why do you think the NFLPA and the pension department are so stingy with helping ex-players when we earn the right to be helped?
You can only go to the amount of money that's sitting in these accounts that are, has already been awarded. These are funds that are placed in accounts and gaining interest on, I can't imagine what levels, even in basic accounts, these things are gaining interest, and you're talking about $1 billion, and that's a lot of money, and a lot of job security for a lot of people managing it. So, there's no, and then there's the whole their whole willingness to even admit still that CTE is an actual disease. They still don't want to admit that, that football causes this. They run from it. I've been denied multiple times, 5, 6, I don't even know how many times now. It's so ridiculous, because once we signed up and we got into this whole deal with this concussion settlement, you're in this program of going back and forth to this testing, and they never want to acknowledge the issue that is, really occurring in majority of our lives, that we have to deal with. They only want to acknowledge the ones where, you're completely an invalid and you can't wipe your own ass. I mean, that's what they want to see before they honor the settlement, or honor your
Well,
disability
I
benefits.
mean, brother, I've had lawyers tell me, and this is one of the reasons I'm so reluctant to like go down this road. I've had lawyers tell me that I need to lie to them and I need to go in and play a part when
Mm-hmm.
I already can't sleep, I can't move, I'm in pain all the time, my head hurts all the time, I'm light sensitive as fuck, like I already have all the symptoms. Why do I need to fake it?
Yeah.
People give me shit all the time for wearing sunglasses all the time. Well, the fucking lights hurts my eyes all the time. I can't help it. Like, why? I can't believe that the lawyer that's representing me through the NFLPA of all places to fight them on the pension that I earned, he's telling me to lie
Yeah.
to the NFL about how screwed up I am. Like, I have to go in there drooling on myself in order to get my benefits. Andre Duke, we really appreciate the effect there, brother. Thank you.
That's what you have to do, apparently. I mean, you literally have to put on an act and a show when you go see these doctors. And I won't do that. I refuse to do that.
I can't do it. I don't know how. I'm not a good actor. I'm always the same guy.
100%. And that's why we were who we were and did what we did. And at the end of the day, that's fine, because ultimately when they crack this thing open, when I'm gone, the settlement comes to my family. So whatever with that. But the just their inability to accept this is what, just is really the pivotal point for me to, realize what's going on here. And, it is an effort to, get rid of the warrior. And this goes all the way back to Caesar, man, and they don't want us involved because look at what these NFL franchises have and the opportunities they have for us in our community. Not one of us, in any regard, should any of our money have ever been invested in anything but the NFL. They knew where it was going. They have all the business people in place. Every one of our 401ks, IRAs, everything, nothing should have ever been invested in the stock market for anybody to lose a dime. And if they would have allowed us to invest these, because you could roll over your IRA into any corporation out here, but you can't roll it over into an NFL franchise. But Mark Anthony and J-Lo can, and they can, buy ownership in the Dolphins, and these other celebrities and people, because they're in their clubs, are allowed to participate. We are not, and unfortunately they just use us, and they continually do so, and they're continuing to deny all of the issues that we do face that cause all of these things like you're dealing with, that I dealt with, that they don't want to address, because it gets rid of you sooner. And unfortunately, I guess I'm going to have to continue to just keep doing what I'm doing, and proof
Thank God for it.
outliving the expectation, right? And be past 55, is the goal. Pretty pathetic goal, to be past 55 and still looking like this and being able to do the things that I do.
So what advice? Obviously, my advice to folks is to be active and try and eliminate the substances from your life. I smoke every day, obviously, and I use CBD and THC and the rubs and just about anything I can get my hands on to help myself. But that's all I do.
Are you drinking?
I haven't had a drink in 15 years. So I don't consume alcohol ever. And I try and stay as active as possible. And that would be my advice to especially the big dudes. But I am dealing with so many orthopedic issues that it's really hard to do. What advice would you give some of the bigger guys out there that are dealing with the kind of shit we deal with?
Well, if I could ask, I mean, what medications are you still taking?
I don't take any. I take Advil every now and then. That's about it.
Okay, don't even take that. So
no Advil.
So you're strictly plant, and no alcohol. And
nope.
At the end of the day, it's about finding your strains. Okay. Once you commit to the opportunity that you believe you have in understanding cannabis, go as far as you can take it on either side of the line, indicas, sativas, hybrids, go down every strain until you find the one. There is one that's going to hit like it did me, took the sunglasses off of my head. I could finally go to the movies again with my kids and hear loud music. I listen to Slayer as loud as it can possibly go in my car again. I can go to loud movies. I can, it's a literal miracle from where I was, where I had to wear those sunglasses all the time. And I just tell people that you need to understand cannabis on another level. There's other things out there. There's all the, psilocybin stuff that I'm going to experiment with soon here. I got some guys I finally met that I can go to some places and maybe, do that. I'm not really big on that because I don't want to escape. I don't want to go see God. I don't care. I believe this is right in front of me when I look in the mirror every day. And I truly want to, keep myself, from the need to search for the tree of knowledge, right? And trust this tree of life thing and stay on that path. And that's what you have to do. And so you need to understand the importance of balancing your cannabinoid system as well as your hormones. As we get older, another thing that I'm benefiting from right now, I believe, is, these TRT, testosterone replacement injections. And that has been a significant change in my life. Honestly, getting your hormones balanced out is very important for you as you get older. So understanding your hormones and how those things are, dropping in all of these other factors, just as your cannabinoid system drops, after the age of 27, you start decreasing in all of these levels of testosterone, growth hormone, and all these other things. And as well, your cannabinoid system starts to work slower and slower and slower. And if you understand all of these different things and how to manage, your body and how it works, then from cognitive to physical, I mean, I'm in the gym training. It takes I got to get up. I gotta get some pre-workout in me. I gotta get, or some heavy coffee, and some good creatine. I'll take creatine, but that's it. Once I burn down one or two joints and the strains that I use, I'm locked in, man. I just need that little burst, a little caffeine or whatever to get me going, and then burn a couple down, and then I'm ready to go to the gym every day, and I do. And, I'm about 300 pounds right now and lean as I've ever been, so and then the ability to think and cognitively view this world and what's going on out here, all of this will start to come to you. I believe truly that that's what Jesus was talking about. There's a lot of things that speak to that. They're keeping from us as well of the herbs that he was exposing, to get to your Christ and understand what's going on out here that you see. And so you can get rid of all of this madness and understand it's just you and this path that you need to be on. And once you do that, then these things start to come back to you, man. Your sight, all these headaches and everything just goes away. Like, I don't have to deal with that anymore. It's a literal miracle. And like tapping into all these other things holistically that, they tell us like you shouldn't be looking at the sun. Bro, I sit outside now and look at the sun straight up, and it is an energy source, it feels to me, that we're being kept from, and all this knowledge that's available to get this thing into our bodies. There's a reason why electricians wear rubber wedding rings and belts.
Amen to that, brother. The great Kyle Turley joining us here on 0 to 60 on the Believe Network. Thanks to Kyle for coming on the show today. A couple more questions here, KT. Let's talk about Larry the player here a little bit. I mean, I used to, when I moved to offensive line at 6'5", and they got me to about 330. I remember my coach, Bill Callahan at the time, who helped me transition, walked in and was like, I just watch Larry Allen. Go watch this guy play. And he just put up a highlight tape of Larry, and he was just like, just watch. And he didn't even say anything for about 10 minutes. And I'm watching him like race down linebackers on picks and just this like 4-play clip against the Colts where he's taking Ellis Johnson and just beating the hell out of him and scoring touchdowns. And the plays against Reggie White, Reggie got him a couple of times. He got Reggie a couple of times. The pulls, the finish. Just, I don't know if there's ever been a package like Larry Allen. Just talk about the player a little bit, because he was truly the GOAT, and he will be missed.
Yeah. I mean, one of the greatest ever, if not at guard, the greatest ever. There's guys that are probably better footwork wise, but he didn't have to move that far. He's as big as a house. He's one of those guys that you put your hands on him and your hands are shoulder width apart. And it's like Ted Washington. He would come when you play against, if you ever had the opportunity to play against a guy that big, like it's literally the most humbling experience as a football player, because you're in the NFL and then you feel like a little kid all of a sudden. And Ted Washington's coming around on a loop, and I'm sitting there and bam, I'm not knowing what's coming around. I'm just seeing color, and then I have my hands perfectly placed, shoulder width apart, right in front of me, and I am literally barely in the middle of this dude's chest. Like, there's this massive chest, like it would have been like my bench press grip, if on wide grip, just to be number to number on this guy. And guys like Larry, man, he benched 700 plus pounds. Like, this guy was so strong in the weight room, is ridiculous. And the things that he was able to do at that size, and to run guys down like that, the athletic ability and speed that he has. I played with a lot of guys, man. Willie Rofe, one of them, huge, massive,
unbelievable player.
and,
Yep.
And kind of bad body-ish, like, so it's like, how did this happen? Like, what in the world's going on here? Sometimes there's just these freaks of nature. They're just like, Kodiak bears out there, run you down 40 miles an hour. It's it was really cool to be in the era that was able to personally be on the field with guys like that. Still, I came in '98, and the Dallas Cowboys still had Troy Aikman behind its center, and Stepnoski and all these guys, Larry Allen and Tuanay, and all those guys were still there. I got
Mark's gone too. I mean, there's another guy that passed early.
Yeah, Victor Riley, my old teammate Victor Riley, great friend. We were a Senior Bowl. Yeah, Victor Riley passed away a few weeks ago, or a month ago or so. And he was dealing with a lot of stuff too. He was dealing with all kinds of organ failure and all these other things. It's just really important, man, that people understand what's going on out here. It's sad to, another sad day, another sad loss, and we'll see what happens and what they say happened. When you're on vacation, a lot of different things come into play there, but. And I know what the likelihood of what happened was, and it's just this game, man. And it's unfortunate because they're keeping a lot of things from us as to how we can live this life after. And that's all I'm trying to do and try to give back to people, is this hope and hopeful knowledge that allows them the opportunity to still be here, man, and do things they need to be doing. We get caught up too much in being who we were as these superheroes behind these helmets, and there's so much more world out there that none of that really matters. Once you get past that was just this path that was to set you on so many more amazing things in life. I think we're going to see more longevity to our community, because too many of us are just sitting back on being who we were, and we really got to get up every fucking morning and get after it. It's important. It's important for our kids. I mean, anything can happen. My uncle just passed away 2 days ago, my mom's brother, and he drove his motorcycle, dirt bike, off a cliff. And I'm only laughing because I know that's the way he'd want to go. It's anything can happen, man, and you just gotta live life that way. That you wake up every day like you did when you knew you were going after that big dream, because all this money, all this fame, all this other stuff, man, it just the only thing it seems to matter to me anymore these days is to put gas in my car, pay for my kids' travel, sports, and food on the table.
Yeah.
I just want to wake up, go to the gym, pound some weights, listen to some loud music, burn a few down during the day, keep my mind right, drink some coffee, and eat good. You know what I mean? And enjoy this experience. I don't need to be. I got businesses. I got all these other things I'm doing that keep my mind active on all these other things. But every day I'm getting closer and closer to just saying, you know what? I just got to stop and just take care of me. Take care of me. Too many of us, we're not doing that. We're taking care of everybody else still, like, the money tree's still in the backyard, and we're hustling extra hard. And I get caught up in that too. And it's really important that we step back.
The corner there, brother. I was just complaining about that this morning. So, Kyle Turley, so thankful for you coming on the show today. That song that you have, Fortune and Pain, it resonates with me, and that's all I can think about when you're talking about this right now. So everybody go check out everything Kyle's doing. Check out the Kyle Turley band. You're still out here being the absolute forefront and tip of the spear for all of us in the NFLP and everybody in the league and all the past players on the cannabinoid system and the benefits of the medicine and how it could help all of us. So Kyle, keep doing your thing, bro. Thank you so much for coming on this morning talking about Larry, and enjoy your stay in Alabama and enjoy that air conditioning, homie. Yeah,
in here, right? That's where I'm
it's
out.
hot as shit out there.
Room's 65 degrees and outside is 90 and 90% humidity. So
yeah, that's the way it is. Well, we appreciate you, KT. Have a great day, brother. Talk soon.
And O-line for life. Always.
You know it.
Big up Larry Allen, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Later, homie.
Love you, brother.
Love you. Now, Kyle's a great friend of mine, a guy I looked up to a ton when I was playing, and just unbelievable. Love having him on the show, and he's a leader in the community. So that's it for the day, folks. 0 to 60 rolls. We'll have Coach Mike Sanford on tomorrow to talk about the football camps we're doing here in Denver later in the month of June, and then middle of June, end of June, and then into July. Really excited to do the Savage and Sanford College Football Developmental Camp with Coach. You can go check it out on social media. The invite's up. If you want to get your kids involved, just reach out. Just email matt@60strength.com, and we'll get you signed up for the camp and get you rolling. I appreciate everybody out there today. Appreciate all the donations and all the love. Thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow on Coach JB's show at 8, and then on 0 to 60 with Coach Mike Sanford at 10. Thanks, folks. Have yourself a great day.